I lost 60 pounds in 6 months and I've kept the weight off and only gotten hotter since
Hey
then.
Bestie, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like the video because it helps with my algorithm. So in today's video, we'll be talking about how to lose weight and finally get your dream body. So I'll put the stitches together so that you watch. I'll be back share my true sense.
I lost 60 pounds in 6 months and I've kept the weight off and only gotten hotter since that happened. So here's how I did it. Here's my credentials. This was me in August of 2022. This was taken that same month. And another one. And this is me August 2025. This was back in March, but I'm just glowing different now. There's two components to this, mental and physical. Let's start with the physical. If you want to lose weight, you need to burn more calories than you consume. So I used MyFitnessPal to start tracking everything that I was eating. I looked at it super objectively. So for about a week, I just tracked my calories and didn't change anything about my lifestyle. I was eating like 3,000 calories a day, not exercising, going to the bar every weekend, drinking a bunch, eating a Big Mac every Saturday. It was not a good look. But once you have a really good idea of what your habits are and what you eat, then you can start to make changes and evaluate where you have room for improvement. I was working at Orange Theory when I started my weight loss journey, and that workout is 60 minutes, half on the treadmill, half on the water rower, and on the weight floor. When you do the Orange Theory workout, you wear a monitor on your arm so you could see your calories that you burned, your heart rate, how many steps you got. And those numbers were really helpful for me while using MyFitnessPal because then I could see how many calories I burned and how many calories I was eating. You have to just simplify it and make it really easy to track. The numbers will not lie. I would say the majority of the weight that I lost was from doing Orange Theory, but honestly, I wasn't eating that clean. I was eating ramen noodles a lot, like I was broke. But if I had to do it all over again, I would probably start with prioritizing protein and vegetable intake. A good rule of thumb is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and then try to have at least 10 vegetables in your diet per week. My favorite vegetables are broccoli, sweet potatoes, chickpeas, Brussels sprouts. I love mixed greens. I have mixed greens before pretty much every meal because they're super nutrient and fiber dense. So that's going to clear out your gut microbiome. It's going to help you absorb the vitamins and the protein and all of the nutrients that comes along with the other things in your diet and keep you fuller for longer. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, Zoe, you talk about Pilates all the time. Where's the Pilates come in? Let me tell you. When I stopped working at Orange Theory, I could not afford a gym membership and I was a little bit too scared to go and actually lift weights. So I started doing Move with Nicole every single day. Even just the 20-minute workouts are super effective and controversial, but the Chloe Ting ab workouts, they work. They work. They're all on YouTube. It's free. It's easy. You can start with the 20 minutes and then work your way up to the 30 and 45-minute classes. And you don't need weights either. It's all just body weight. But if you're looking for a way to spice up your Pilates workouts, then I would recommend getting hand weights. So after I lost all the weight and started doing mat Pilates, I wasn't going out anymore. So I was using the money that I would be spending on alcohol on my Pilates membership. And I started doing reformer Pilates once a week. This is where I started noticing significant differences in how toned my stomach and legs were. The high impact workout of running and lifting weights will help you get your heart rate up and burn a lot more calories, but the low impact workouts and keeping your heart rate low the whole entire time and moving on a super slow pace targets your slow twitch muscle fibers, which is where the tone and the long lean muscles start to grow. So now I don't run, I don't lift weights, I get 10,000 steps a day, Legree twice a week, and mat Pilates 3 times a week. I could not have the body or the brain that I have now without the Pilates component. You could do Pilates 5 times a week and still eat the Big Mac, still drink the soda, still eat the sweet treat after every single meal, and you won't see the results. It's all about consistency and discipline. You have to show up for yourself every single day and do not take breaks. Don't give yourself any breaks. Just keep going and stick with it and you will see the results that you want. I promise. I have so much to say about my weight loss journey and the process of transforming my mind, body, soul to create my dream reality. I'm very passionate about this, so I hope this helped. If you have any questions, let me know, but none of this will stick unless you transform your mind. So go to part.
You're going to see results overnight and it's literally going to blow your mind. And I'm speaking from experience because I used to be in the mentality of like, oh my gosh, I wish she could do that, or like, must be nice. And that's the wrong mindset. You can and you will, but you have to meet God halfway. You want to know why? Let me back it up with scripture. James 2:26, for as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. So if you're not meeting God halfway, he's not just going to make it happen. Even though God works like this, he's not going to do it for you because he needs to see that you are showing up for yourself how he wants you to show up, right? I know it's discouraging when you don't see results right away because we're conditioned at this point to have instant results, instant gratification, but that's what we have to rewire because divine timing is different than our timing. Because if you think about it, we're literally at the end of the year and this year flew by. Imagine if you were showing up for yourself every day or every other day, like just being consistent each month in and out, where you would be right now. Because this time last year, I was in a whole different place and I have seen God's glory. And that's why I'm sharing with you, because it's like when you see God work, you're supposed to spread and you're just supposed to, I'm trying to encourage you and encourage myself at the same time. But another scripture to back it up is Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So you have to remember, just because you can't see it right away doesn't mean it's not happening. I'm going to put this into fitness terms just because that's something I resonate with. You will see results overnight with your fitness because all of your daily choices are going to add up. Every day you see yourself and you look in the mirror and you see the same thing probably, and you're able to point out every single negative thing about you, like, oh, I have acne, oh, I have rolls, oh, I have this, that, and the third. You're literally looking for the problem. But one day, after putting in all that work, you're going to wake up and look in the mirror and be like,
let's talk about how I actually lost 50 pounds. A little bit of context. So I gained a lot of weight when I had my second baby. I didn't start actively trying to lose the weight until he was about 18 months old. The main thing that I changed was my diet. Not eating well at all. I was pretty much snacking all day. I wasn't prioritizing any kind of nutrition, shoving whatever I could in my mouth. Anything that was like the quickest, the easiest, it just didn't matter what it was. I just decided that I was going to focus on 3 meals a day. I was going to start meal prepping. I was going to start really planning my meals, like my breakfast, my dinners, my teas, making sure that everything that I was actually eating and consuming was like intentional. There was like a purpose to it. Making sure that I was eating a lot of protein. My diet just became very high protein, so I tried to get between 100 to 120 grams a day. And then alongside that, like exercise wise, I was actually doing quite a lot of running and like high impact stuff beforehand, and I wasn't seeing any difference. And that was because my eating was so bad. Like, you cannot outrun a bad diet. Your diet is like 90% of it, and the exercise is like an add-on. It's a bonus. It's like a little tiny 10%. And so alongside my new way of eating, I decided to turn to more low impact workouts. So 10K steps a day, lots of walking, sometimes incline walks, and a lot of Pilates. And that like little combination just changed everything for me. Like, I lost my first stone within a month. Within a year, I ended up losing 50 pounds. I practice everything in moderation. Everything is balanced. Main thing is you have to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. That is the only possible way you can actually physically lose weight. It's also super important to remember that everybody's bodies are different. Everybody's activity levels are different, hormones are different, especially us women. So although like online information can be helpful, it's really about finding something that works for you, fits into your lifestyle. It's all about making sustainable long-term habits and literally turning it into a lifestyle. Honestly, I swear to you, if I can do it, you can absolutely do it. I promise.
Here's how I lost over 20 pounds and had the biggest glow up of my life after a breakup. I had to come to terms with the fact that I wasn't happy in my body and I wanted more for myself. And so honestly, the first step is literally being sick of your own shit. You got to get sick of your own shit so that you are willing to stick it out and make a change, because making a change and something like a weight loss takes a ton of discipline. And if you are not in it, mentally, it's not gonna work. I got a food planner and a fitness tracker. You have to keep track of everything you are eating, and you obviously have to be in a calorie deficit. So I literally chose about 5 very low calorie, high protein meals, and I ate those over and over and over again for over 2 months. I wrote down in a planner, because you think that you're not eating that many calories, but things start to add up. Oh, big tip, if you drink coffee regularly, switch to almond milk instead of whole milk or creamer. It saves you a ton of calories. Is walking 10,000 steps a day. You have to do this at least 5 times a week. It accelerates the weight loss and the fat burn so much more quickly. Becoming super consistent in the gym. I chose 3 days a week where I would literally block out time to go to the gym. Nothing else came before that. Those were days that I was going to the gym, period. I don't care if I had to skip dinner with friends. I don't care if I had to skip plans. This is the only thing that I could do to really keep consistent. I know a lot of people say not to do this, but I weighed myself every single day. And no, it's not completely accurate because obviously like your weight fluctuates based on water, salt, all of that stuff. But it was just kind of like accountability to me that I had to lock in and I had to monitor what I was doing constantly. It was kind of just more so like a habit that I needed to build in order to stay consistent. Once you start seeing results, you are addicted. You are addicted to the results. Don't give up. It's going to be super hard, but if you feel like giving up, just live off of the spites. Live off of the spites. You're about to have the best glow up of your life.
I used to weigh 250 pounds after having my 2 kids, and something that I wish I knew from the beginning is that it's okay to feel hungry sometimes. In the beginning especially, it's okay, because my stomach was stretched out to these crazy extremes because there would be times where I would be eating whole pizzas and cakes and cookies and all these big amounts of foods that my stomach got stretched out so big that when I first started losing weight and I would be eating this healthy food, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so freaking hungry. I need to keep on eating all this healthy food. And too much of a good thing isn't that good for you. So you need to just eat a normal portion of your food. And if you feel a little hungry, you don't just have to keep on eating. Let your stomach go back and like shrink itself to being small so that you can like lose weight. And then eventually that little portion of food is going to start making you feel full.
Hey guys, I lost 60 pounds in 1 year. No crazy dieting, no crazy exercise, no surgery, no medicine, all natural. And one of the ways that I did that was to speak affirmations and positivity on my journey. One thing I want you to do, I want you to promise me you're going to do this. 2024, all that negative self-talk, I need that to stay in the past. As you're on your journey of becoming your best you, in 2025, I want you to speak life over yourself. Speak that you can do it, you will do it, that you're more than able, that you're capable, that you are living your best life, that your body is exactly where you want it to be, that you're in an optimal level of health. Guys, we've got to watch our mouths. I want you to leave that negative self-talk, that negative thoughts in the past. In 2025, you're moving to your new you. You're speaking life over yourself. You're speaking exactly where you want to be. A big part of your journey starts right here in your head. And so I need you, as we are marching towards this 2025, this new year, to speak positivity. You can do it. You will do it. You're more than able. You're capable to be the best version of you. All right? You got this. See you next time.
Hi, my name is Jazz. If you don't know me, well, my story is that I've lost 50 kilo once. I lost 20 kilos now, and I'm constantly keep losing weight. And here are my tips and tricks for you. If you are more than 110 kilos and you are feeling hopeless and you don't know how to start with your weight loss journey, because every time you go to the gym, you seem to feel very heavy and you can't do the exercises because your body cannot do them, I have some tips for you. A lot of times when we are big, we think that we have to do all these things, stop eating, go to the gym all the time, when in reality, we are big because we lack knowledge. Well, that is true in my story. I lacked a lot of knowledge about fitness, about what is muscles, about what is nutrition. I did not know. So that means I cannot make myself accountable every time I overate or I did something that was not good for me. So if you're starting your weight loss journey, I want to tell you that it's going to take a little long. Why am I going to say this? Because if you want to take the fast way out, you're going to feel sick. You're going to not feel good, and your body is not going to look its best. So weight loss journey usually involves learning about weight loss and then hitting the gym, and then you lose it very fast. When you start your weight loss journey, the first thing you have to do, you have to take at least 3 months of time to sit at home and study. What are you going to study? Number 1, you are going to make some changes. First, You have to make changes in what you see around you. You are what you see. So you have to change your algorithm. Start unfollowing every page on your Instagram, TikTok, everything that is not going to help you on your weight loss journey. You need to start following pages that follow nutrition, follow weight loss, following gym. It's going to feed your mind so much with gym, with nutrition, that all you want to do is learn about gym, nutrition, and weight loss. Believe me, it's a hack that has helped me in all my process. Step 2, educate yourself on nutrition. Learn about how much protein your body needs, how much carbs your body need, what is saturated fat. Learn about all these things so you know how to make meal preps for yourself, so you don't overeat and you don't feel bad when you eat a junk food, because you can play with your nutrition. It's hacks that has changed my life. And last one, educate yourself on muscles. How does a muscle grow? How do you lose muscles? How do you work out with machines? Educate yourself before you throw yourself out there. Because if you throw yourself out there without education, you're setting for failure.
I need you to take this in, okay? This is for the girlies. If you ever have the choice between either getting some extra sleep or going to the gym, I need you to pick the sleep, okay? And this is specifically applying it to the girls that love to survive on 4 hours and 5 hours of sleep. This is not helping your fat girls. I promise you, this is not helping the goal of having a flat stomach. It's not. The reason why I say this is because people that are sleep deprived, their hunger cues are thrown off. So what happens is they actually end up snacking so much more throughout the day. They end up eating a lot more throughout the day. They end up being more susceptible to making bad food choices throughout the day. So what happens is, yes, you burnt those calories in the gym, but what then happened, babe? You put those back on throughout the rest of the day and more, because you're sleep deprived, because your hunger cues are thrown off, because your hunger hormones are thrown off, and they're irregulated because you're not getting enough sleep. I'm not just saying this, there's numerous amount of studies that show this. A matter of fact, let's say you were super disciplined, super disciplined, babe. Okay, super disciplined, babe. And you managed to keep your calories exactly the same. There is studies that show that your fat loss in candidates that still manage to keep their calories exactly the same were still reduced by 55%.
This is your 5-minute morning routine that will help you lose that stubborn weight, especially around your stomach, and it's got nothing to do with diet or exercise. This is what the hot girls are doing to stay snatched and glowing. Just finished the morning routine and I thought, I need to share. I've been prioritizing it for a while now and it's genuinely changed my life. Not just how I look, but also how I feel and go about my day. Glowy girls keep their cortisol happy, especially in the morning, okay? Cortisol is our stress hormone and it peaks in the morning. Cortisol definitely has a bad reputation, but it's actually very important. It helps us wake up, gives us energy, helps to balance blood sugar, does so many things. However, if your morning routine doesn't support your cortisol and makes it go out of whack, that sets the tone for your whole entire day. It puts your body into fight or flight, survival mode, complete state of emergency. It constantly thinks it's running away from danger. And this is important because when you're in survival mode, all of your non-essential systems in your body basically shut down. Your detox pathways, your digestion, your hormone balance, your skin repair, and even your fat burning. Let me give you that 5-minute morning magic routine. I promise you, I'm not lying, okay? 5 minutes and a couple of rules that will change your life. These will put you into the parasympathetic nervous system, which you'll rest and digest. Your body will feel safe to repair, for all the systems to work, and you're gonna glow up. No phone in the first 30 minutes to an hour of waking. This spikes your cortisol out of control. You need to start your day in your own energy, not everyone else. As soon as you wake up, get in some morning sunlight, even if it's opening the blinds and looking through your window. You also want to have no caffeine before your breakfast, and you want to make sure you have a high protein breakfast. Now, for my favorite rule, and if you follow me, you know exactly what I'm going to say, you're going to be a soft girl. Do not rush, okay? Even if you have 15 minutes and you have a lot to do, you're going to do every single action slowly and with intention. Eat slower, talk slower, get dressed slower, walk slower, you get the point. You are teaching your body that you're not in danger and that it's okay to rest, digest, detox, and all the stuff that will make you glow up. Those are the rules. Now let's get into that 5-minute morning routine. That 5-minute routine to be all about regulating your nervous system so that we can step into that parasympathetic nervous system. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get some water, you're going to get some ice, and you're going to dunk your face in that 3 times for 10 seconds. This will stimulate your vagus nerve. Then you're going to do some breath work for 2 to 5 minutes that again helps to regulate your nervous system. I literally go on YouTube, just type it in. I'll put my favorite channel here. It makes me feel better and so much calmer. Also, sorry about the building works. Lastly, you're going to write down 5 things you're grateful for. This is not just like cute manifesting stuff. It literally rewires your brain, reduce your anxiety, and start your day with feeling safe and positive. 5-minute routine and just trying to be intentional throughout the whole day.
That's a video, bestie. So I'm just here just to add on like what I think about today's video. How to lose weight and finally get your dream body. Bestie, let's be real. Almost every girl at some point has looked in the mirror and thought, I just want my dream body. And sometimes it feels so far away, like something you only have in fantasy or after years of struggle. But today I want us to talk about how to actually lose weight and finally get the body you have been dreaming about. Not in toxic, unrealistic way, but in ways that are sustainable, healthy, and confidence boosting. So first, when I say about dream body, I don't mean looking like someone else. I mean becoming the version of you that makes you feel amazing when you put on your clothes, when you walk into a room, when you take pictures without worrying about angles, when you dream your body is personal and is achievable, but it requires a mindset shift. So the very first thing we have to do is to stop thinking of weight loss as a punishment. It's not about suffering, it's about transforming. You are not punishing your body, you are building her up, making her stronger and more confident, more alive. Now, the truth is, losing weight and getting your dream body is not about a quick detox tea or stabbing yourself or some magical pill. Bestie, that's why so many people fail. They want shortcuts, but shortcuts only give you short term results. The key is changing your daily habits because your dream body is hiding behind consistency. If you're consistency, the body will follow. That means moving your body every single day. It doesn't have to be extreme. Walking, dancing in a room, home workout, gym, palettes, whatever fits your lifestyle. The important part is that you do it often enough that becomes normal for you. And let's also talk about food. But you cannot outtrain a bad diet. I know it hurts to hear that, but the truth is your dream body is built in the kitchen. That doesn't mean starving yourself or it doesn't mean eating like a rabbit. It means learning balance. If you eat the whole food most of the time, control your portions and cut back on the constant sugar and fast food, your body will start to respond. You'll notice less bloating, more energy, and yet the weight will start to come off. Your dream body doesn't require perfection, it requires progress. So instead of saying, I can't have chocolate, either again, say, I'm going to enjoy it sometimes, but it won't be my daily meal. See, it's one thing I want you to always remember is that your mind controls your body. If you keep telling yourself, I'll never lose this weight, I'll never look good, then your actions will follow that negative belief. But when you shift your mindset and start saying, I'm becoming the best version of myself, my dream body is loading, the body is transforming every single day, you start acting like it. You make better food choices, you get up and move, and you keep going, even when it feels hard. And basically, it will feel hard sometimes. There will be days when you crave every day, when you're tired, when you feel like your body is not changing enough. That's when most people quit. But see, I need you to keep going because those days are testing you. Every single person admire who has a dream body went through that stage of doubt. The difference is they punish you. And if they can't, why not? If they can, why not? Another secret is to getting your dream body is sleep and water. I know it sounds simple, but basically, if you're not sleeping enough, if you're not hydrated, your body is stressed and stress holds to fat, okay? Drinking water helps our toxins to flush, keeps your skin glowing, and reduces hunger. Sleeping well allows your body to repair and burn fat effectively. These little things add up and they're often the difference between seeing results and being stuck. I also want you to stop comparing your progress to anyone else. Social media have you thinking everyone got their dream body in 2 weeks, but you don't see the results behind the journey. The photoshopping, the angles, the filters, your dream body is not on their timeline. It's on yours. So clap for your little wins, bestie. If you lost 1 kilo, clap for it. If your jeans fit better, clap for it. If you showed up for yourself today, clap because every single step counts. Bestie, let's also be honest. Your dream body is not about the physical, it's about confidence, about self love. You could lose weight, but if you don't build confidence along the way, you never feel satisfied. That's why I always tell you celebrate yourself now as you are. Even when you are on the journey, don't wait until you reach the finishing line to love yourself. Start now, put on the outfit, take the pictures, show up for yourself because confidence is what makes your dream body shine even brighter. And finally, bestie, let's talk about discipline. Bestie, motivation will not always be there. Some days you wake up ready to smash your goals, and other days you won't feel like it at all. Discipline is what carries you through those days. That's what separates dreamers from achievers. Your dream body is not built on feelings, it's built on discipline, consistency, and self respect. Every time you choose to stay disciplined, you're casting a vote for your dream body. So, basically, losing weight and finally getting your dream body is possible for you. It's not a matter of if